Wait, sir. Go back, go back.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 behind-the-scenes secrets about Enchanted.
For me, that was the actual scariest part of the film, is trusting that these wonderful men, and they would not hit me in the face as they crossed within inches of me doing back handsprings.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most notable stories and small details from the making of this 2007 film that will make your next rewatch all the more magical. Which behind-the-scenes secret enchanted you the most? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Amy Adams found the dragon scene the toughest.
Keep up with me, dear. It's time to take our tale to new heights.
What's harder, walking around in a 45-pound dress or slaying a CGI dragon? Amy Adams would probably say the latter, although the gown would be a close second. She told Collider that the scene where she takes on the evil queen in giant reptile-like form was meant to be longer. However, it might have just been too scary for their young audience. Still, she recalled long periods of being strapped in a harness and soaked by rain as she attempted to climb with a sword in hand.
Hey, let's do one where you spend less time looking down and more towards where you're going. Okay, go. Right.
Yeah, we can certainly understand how that might make for a grueling day at work. Nevertheless, this scene is exhilarating, and Adams totally slayed it.
Is this a habit of yours? Falling off of stuff?
Only when you're around to catch me.
Number 9. Idina Menzel's axed song.
Wow.
Is something wrong?
Oh, just the way you said that. So straightforward. Not a hint of irony.
We still can't quite believe that renowned Broadway icon Idina Menzel doesn't sing in the 2007 movie. However, that wasn't the initial plan. Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz penned a song called Enchanted for Menzel's character Nancy and James Marsden's Prince Edward. They were meant to sing it over a happily ever after montage at the end. However, the filmmakers decided to go in a different direction.
Oops. I'm so sorry.
Enchanted was shelved, and Carrie Underwood's Ever Ever After ultimately became the finale song. It blows our minds that the creators passed on featuring Menzel's voice on their soundtrack. The sequel is making up for it, so we can let it go this time.
I have a beautiful song written by Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz. I feel really honored. It's a beautifully written song. Does everybody sing? Yes, everybody sings.
Number 8. James Marsden's royally Disney makeover.
Do you like yourself?
What's not to like?
It's been noted that Disney characters don't always possess the most realistic body shapes or dimensions. While the emphasis is usually on the princesses, you don't see too many guys who look like Disney princes either. So costume designer Mona May had her work cut out for her when she needed to bring that unrealistic image into live action. She did this with padded material around Marsden's chest, backside, and crown jewels. However, she couldn't have known that her creativity would come in handy later.
Giselle! I've been dreaming.
Remember when Prince Edward gets hit by the cyclist while singing out to Giselle in Central Park? Yeah, that's actually Marsden getting actually hit, and they made sure the stuntman didn't go easy on him. At least he had the padding to break his fall. Number 7. Amy Adams and Patrick Dempsey took dance lessons.
I'm surprised you said you couldn't dance.
I said I didn't. I never said I couldn't.
Although the ballroom dance sequence is peak romance, Adams confessed that creating that chemistry wasn't so easy. That may feel hard to believe considering the person she was expected to hold closely is McDreamy, but it's true.
All that I want is to hold you so close.
As a trained dancer, she had to unlearn several habits to make way for her dance partner.
We practiced a lot. We've been working very hard at trying to get it so it looks like we know what we're doing.
After some tension and a few sacrificed toenails, a professional ballroom dancer was brought in. He explained to the actress that the problem was that she wasn't letting Dempsey lead. With some direction, Adams learned to let go and fully trust him to guide her around the dance floor. They say old habits die hard, but in this case, the payoff is evident.
Almost believe this one's not pretending. Now you're beside me, and look how far we've come.
Number 6. Amy Adams almost lost out on playing Giselle.
Are you really a princess? Not yet, but I will be soon.
Adams embodies Giselle so perfectly that it almost feels like the character was tailor-made for her.
Why are you staring at me?
I don't know, it's like you escaped from a Hallmark card or something.
Is that a bad thing?
Yet earlier on in the film's development process, studio executives cast their eyes on rom-com A-listers like Reese Witherspoon and Kate Hudson. More shockingly still, execs were apprehensive about casting Adams at all. In the mid-2000s, the actress was just breaking through with an Oscar nomination for Junebug, and there were concerns that she wasn't well known enough. However, director Kevin Lima knew that out of the 200 women they'd auditioned, Amy Adams was Giselle, and compared it to how Mary Poppins made a star out of Julie Andrews. Clearly, Lima knew what he was talking about, and Adams easily won audiences over.
Still, as long as I am here, I guess a new experience could be worth trying.
Number 5. The script was completely different at first.
Who was made to finish?
What's wrong?
You're not singing.
Oh. I'm not.
Although Enchanted hit the silver screen in 2007, its journey reportedly began 10 years earlier. While writing it initially, Bill Kelly was influenced by hugely popular films like American Pie. The original script even featured a scene where Giselle's mistaken for an exotic dancer at a bachelor party.
What about taking Morgan to school, you know? Some grown-up girl bonding time.
What, so you can have some grown-up girl bonding time? I don't think so.
He was replaced and ultimately rehired in 2005. By that point, Shrek's tongue-in-cheek fairy tale reimagining set a high bar, so Disney tried to replicate the magic with its own cynical fairy tale send-up. However, Kevin Lima decided to embrace the tropes and make it a love letter to Disney instead.
I came in and said, you know what, I want this to be a love letter to Disney. And I think there's, Shrek already exists in the world. I think there's a different way to make this movie.
Indeed, we love how Enchanted pokes fun at the genre while still celebrating all our favorite parts of Disney movies.
You mean it feels like a day because you're so in love?
No, it's been a day.
You're kidding me, a day? One day?
Yes. And tomorrow will be 2 days.
You're joking.
No, no.
Yeah, you are.
Number 4. The director had an on-screen role.
Poor chipmunk. Speechless in my presence.
As we've established, Kevin Lima worked tirelessly behind the scenes to create this timeless Disney classic. However, what you might not know is that he also had an unplanned on-screen part. Well, his voice did. The director was inspired by how Bob Hoskins interacted with the animated characters in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Since Pip the Chipmunk would be CGI'd in during post-production, he used a stuffed chipmunk to act out his scenes so that the cast could gauge where their eyeline should be. His impression was so good that the editors decided that he should voice the character in the live-action parts. As if being the director wasn't demanding enough. Talk about chipping in and doing your part.
You'd like to finally be released? To help Giselle? To best the beast? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Number 3. Disney outsourced the animation.
If we're going to find a perfect pair of lips, we're going to need a lot more help.
Yeah, you heard us correctly. Even though this is a Disney flick, the animation giants outsourced those portions of the film to an external company. Why did they do that, you ask? They simply didn't have the staff to accomplish it internally. In the mid-90s, traditional hand-drawn animations were phased out and replaced by 3D CGI. So by the time Enchanted was in production, Disney no longer had a department that could recreate that classic old-school style. They left the task in the capable hands of James Baxter and his company.
Oh, Giselle! We shall be married in the morning. You're the fairest maid I've ever met. You were made
to finish your duet.
Baxter had been part of the studio's animation team before and during its Renaissance era. It might not be very long, but that opening scene packs a nostalgic punch.
Am I late?
No.
I do hope I'm not late.
Just in time.
Oh, thank goodness. Hey, honey, wait up! We ain't done with you yet!
Number 2. 3 very special actresses appear.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
You couldn't possibly have a Disney parody without plenty of Easter eggs. These are as blatant as a secretly sinister old woman and a poisoned apple, to as subtle as the hidden Mickey Mouse embellishments on Giselle's blue dress. However, did you also notice the 3 Disney princesses hidden among the cast? Robert's neighbor is played by Judy Kuhn, also known as Pocahontas' singing voice. Additionally, the woman behind Beauty and the Beast's Belle herself, Paige O'Hara, appears in a soap opera airing on TV.
Don't you have any self-respect?
And Jodie Benson, who voiced Ariel, was also part of this world, working for Robert as his secretary, Sam.
And she told me it's just beyond the meadows of joy and the valley of contentment. I mean, what is that all about?
Now, if only we could figure out if Sebastian or Flounder are in the fish tank near her desk.
Yes.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The pizza restaurant scene was shortened. The full version would see Pip and Nathaniel's fight end in fire and plenty of media attention. Some of Giselle's cleaning companions were real animals. Well, she did say it's always nice to make new friends.
And action!
What do I do with them?
Take them outside.
Amy Adams took voice lessons in preparation. She didn't want her voice to be dubbed and worked to nail the songs.
If you cannot sing, then hum along as we're finishing our happy working song. Wasn't this fun?
The Times Square billboards. They feature shoutouts to Idina Menzel, Stephen Schwartz, and James Marsden's musical pasts. That was no CGI. Amy Adams really crawled out of a manhole. Picture it. You're in Times Square, there's a crew and some extras around, and a woman in a big poofy dress emerges from the ground. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Shooting That's How You Know was very complicated. Don't you love it when you sing about sweeping romantic gestures and everyone joins in? That's How You Know is truly a magical scene, but it didn't come without its challenges. The number was shot on location and took 17 days since the weather wasn't always on their side. In addition to the principal cast, Lima also had to direct hundreds of dancers and extras around the vast park in what he calls a military operation. Interestingly, an actor who played one of Bert's old chimney sweep buddies in Mary Poppins was in the scene, stepping in time.
I was a chimney sweep in the movie Mary Poppins. This number is very similar to anything in Mary Poppins in that it's more exciting than most dance numbers. I know that golden era of musicals, and this is back again here.
As tricky as filming was, they really produced something extraordinary. This scene is iconic, and that's how you know they did an enchanting job. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.